What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Tom and Will FPL show. How you doing?
Oh, I'm good, my friend. I am good. Welcome, everyone. Before we go any further, I'm just going to go straight in there. Let's get this out of the way. I want to say congratulations, Thomas. I want to say
Go on, Will.
Pack it in. Too much.
Carry on.
Too much.
No, you were about to say something.
That in. Oh, damn it. Oh God, I'm gonna have to put I can't really hear it, but I'm gonna have to put it live over the recording, aren't I? What a nightmare! There it is.
It's been a good weekend. What? Come on!
Oh,
Come on!
damn it! Damn you!
Sorry, Jerry. I'm gonna have to put you to bed.
Okay.
We're gonna.
That's enough of that. That's enough of that. Oh my goodness! Yeah, no. Congratulations, yes! Thomas. Congratulations, Liverpool fans. I wholeheartedly, hand on heart, congratulate you to a fantastic season. You deserved it. Basically, because no one else was any good. But it's nonetheless, you were the best. You were the best.
We lost 2 games the whole season. We had a new manager. We had players wanting to leave. And it's been incredible. What a solid, calm, calculated performance. Let's do it again next year. I've had such a great time. I'm looking forward to next season because next season will be better.
Next season.
Let's enjoy this.
Enjoy
Come
it.
on.
That's what I said to Phil. Phil was on me. Phil spent more time, family friend of the show, spent more time celebrating. He spent as much time celebrating as grilling Manchester United and me, which I was like, mate, you want to enjoy this. Because your obsession with Manchester United and us being shit and you being, bad, and you guys being top of the league and winning is something. But I get it. I do get it. And congratulations. It is. Look, winning the Premier League is a hard thing to do. So, and you guys nailed it. So, here's to you guys.
Yeah. Thanks, mate.
Half a pint of red wine.
There's an empty bottle of beer. Great. So, let's talk about what we've got on today's show.
Please.
So, Liverpool champions! Come on. It's going to be a long show, my friend. We will have a little chat about that. I think it's worth talking about. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about game week 34, which is still in progress. But some of us have raised the bat and we're already hit a century with a game to play. This is a beautiful thing. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to talk tactics. As we approach crunch times, coming towards the end of the season, we'll discuss whether or not we should be focusing on overall rank or are we playing tactically, and is it about just winning your mini leagues? Getting the mini leagues, because let's face it, that's probably for a few of you that play for cash, that's where the money's at. So do you sacrifice the overall rank for a bit of mini league? We'll talk about that. We're also going to talk captaincy this week. There's some good options for captaincy this week. Mo Salah, he said he is far from done this season. I don't know if you saw the interview, Will, after the game. Daniel Sturridge is like, I know you, mate. I know that you're after personal records this year. It's not just about the team. And he's like, yep. And he basically said that he's got these personal records, goal involvement records that he's after. So he ain't done. But are Liverpool now on the beach? Is it going to affect his output? Let's chat. And then we're going to finish the show. Football of 20 questions. This week is Will's turn.
It's my turn.
Guys, if you're listening, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, give us a cheeky like, leave a comment, let you know what you think, let us know what you think, and then if you're listening on the pod, thanks very much. Drop us a little review, we love you loads. And then guys, don't be shy, come and get involved at Tom Will FPL. You can get hold of us on X, Blue Sky, or Facebook. Drop us a little message, let us know what you think about the show. Right.
Awesome.
On with the show. So, things first.
What are we starting with? Yes.
What I want to start with is the absolute shift you did last week. I've been really looking forward to telling you guys about this. You've got no idea, right? So some of you might have seen last week, I put on socials, somehow Will has got this show out against all odds. And to you guys, the viewers, the listeners, you probably heard the show and you were like, seemed fine to me. I don't know what the problem was. And it was fine. But we said last week we were trying out this new technology. What happened was, as it was our maiden voyage, we finished it and basically Will had completely screwed his audio up. He was like, sounded like a robot. It was all doubled up. He had like two...
Double tracked, wasn't I?
Double tracked, that's what happened. And it was unsalvageable. He tried AI, spent a long time fixing it. Tried lots of things. We had some discussions. And basically what Will did, without me knowing, he recorded all of his show, his side of the show, again, not just the audio, the video as well. I was like, what are you talking about? So he's got my side of the show and he's acting really bloody well and like going through all the conversations we had. Mate, it was unbelievable. So good. Very funny. Very impressive. I was just watching it like, I don't know how this is going on. Mate, well done. Well done. Thanks, to you, man. And from me and all the viewers and listeners who enjoyed last week's show, because it was a good show. It was nuts, mate.
It was. Do you know what? I was like, oh, right, I've got to try and speed up the process because I was like, oh, you know, look, all cards on the table. I was like, second season, you know, it's a lot of time out of our busy. Tom's a busy guy. I'm not so busy. It's like I've got to try and speed this up. And I was like, looked into the research and I was like, right, we've got to do OBS. It's what everyone else does. And I just made such a mistake and I felt like such an idiot. And I've got this problem about like failure and like screwing up that I was like, I've got to make it right. So I was like playing Tom back, listening to his responses and then just re-listening to what I said and saying it whilst I was saying it, doing some weird like brain splitting mental. Anyway, by the end of it on Friday, I was fried. I was like, and I was like, I had a takeaway, bottle of wine to myself. I was like, listen to music and just close my eyes. But yeah, thanks, man. It was, but hopefully this is going to be rapid. It's Tuesday night.
Hope so. For your sake. Everyone's going to be watching on YouTube tomorrow and they'll be like, is this for real?
It's not out. Yeah.
Mate, I've got to say, if the shoe's on the other foot, you wouldn't have got last week's show, mate. There's no way I would have been doing that.
There is no way.
I might have re-recorded the audio, but sod doing the video again. Jesus Christ, mate, well done.
It was a lot. Cheers, mate. Thanks, I appreciate that. What are we going to talk about? What's the real crux of the show?
Did you watch Liverpool beat Tottenham 5-1 at the weekend and become champions of the Premier League?
I did, mate. I did. I watched
bloody
it.
Good.
I watched it. I watched it because I felt that there were a lot of points involved for FPL, and that was the only reason why. I did not know. I watched it in the pub. Like at the Turks. I was on actually with Luna, no Spike. He was obviously not coming to watch it. My brother was busy, so I was there actually on my own after like taking Luna out for a long walk, and they had both screens up. They had City and Forest. Nope. City and Forest FA Cup semi-final on one screen.
Oh yeah, FA Cup was on at the same time.
Which was a bit weird. I thought, why not just put the FA Cup later? I just thought like Liverpool winning the Premier League or the FA Cup semi-final. I felt that was a real dumb thing to do from the networks. Anyway, I had both on.
A popularity contest, wasn't it? I wonder who came out on top of that. I actually really don't know.
Yeah,
let's face it, all the Arsenal fans would have, and City fans, they would have all been watching the FA Cup.
Yeah, for sure. But I luckily, my pub, they can do two screens, and I only had the audio for the City game, but it was fine. And then they kind of, once you guys won it, they switched over for the commentary and the celebrations. And look, mate, what a side, what a team. I think Slot's Slot's lucky with what Klopp left him, and Slot has just improved what needed to be improved. I think if Klopp was in this season, if he was still manager, you win the league still. With there's not been that much of a difference. The team was the team. You performed brilliantly. Everyone else was shit. Just accept that, and it's good to go.
I can accept that there was a lot of teams in transition. I'm not blind to the fact, but Arsenal is still a very good team. There's that's about it. That was about it, to be fair. It's not going to be. We're not going to get an easy ride as that. But don't take anything away. Just that is just a plan being executed to perfection. A plan that has been running for the last 5 to 10 years. We've made such good decisions. It's a well-run club. There's none of this bullshit of spending too much money on players, and it's a team. It's not a one-man team.
Absolutely. And Slot does deserve his flowers because he's got the best out of those players. Look at City. They bought 160 million pounds worth of players in the January transfer window, and Pep couldn't get them to play. And just because they had one player out doesn't make. Yeah. I know they have more than one player, but crucial player. Anyway.
Look at Ryan Gravenberch, right? Klopp was not getting the performances. He's been our player of the season for me this season. Klopp wasn't getting these performances out of him. Cody Gakpo, I know these are Dutch boys, but they weren't performing for Klopp like this last season. There's been a lot of players who have really stepped up under Slot, and that's testament to him. Yeah, but well played. We'll leave it there. I could go on more.
I'm sure you could. What else has been going on this week then? You've been a busy boy, haven't you?
Yeah, mate. Just shooting a lot. It's busy at the moment. I'm going to be outside this week. I'm going to be shooting some football for Women's Euros. It's going to be a scorcher this week, which will be fun. But it's going to be tough, I think. It's hotter this week in the UK than it is in Ibiza. That's what I've heard.
I'll take it.
I heard it from a man, and he looked trustworthy, so I'm believing. So, mate, let's quickly talk about where we're at now and what our plans are going forward as to where our priorities lie.
Yeah, interesting
for you and for moi, we're in slightly different ranks. What are you aiming for at the moment? What is your end of season goals?
Well, that's a good question, actually, because originally I was like, look, I had a terrible beginning to the season. We all did. A lot of people did. And I think that now, if I get into the top mill, then I'm quite happy with that. We'll come to ranks in a little bit, but with how we did last week. But I think top mill's good, but I do have some eyes on some mini leagues, man. Obviously, you and I don't think I'm going to be able to catch you. I think I can probably close the gap a little bit because, spoiler alert, you also had the absolute blinder of a game week as well as Liverpool winning the Premier League. But now I was close a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, you had a hit and a half, my friend. Although I didn't do too badly, and I still got 3 players to play. But again, we'll come back to this. But I think my mini league, I've got a family mini league. I've got the mini league with Spike and a few others. I've got a few other little mini leagues with some friends. And actually, albeit that I'm in the millions, I'm actually top, and that sounds like just easy mini leagues. But then, actually, as I said, a lot of people have had pretty ropey seasons this season for one reason or another. And so I think
money up for grabs? Is there any money in money leagues?
Well, there's some money up for grabs in a couple of them, and actually some of those ones I think are out of reach. But there's some actual silverware up for grabs, like real life trophies. And if I win. Right. You're going to see it. Don't worry. It'll be here next to me. It will be in the background there for the whole of next season. In fact, it will probably be here. Right front and centre to be La Liga. Yeah, exactly. Nice. And, what about you, man? You must be focusing on trying to get into that. Because spoiler alert, again, we're going to touch on it. You, my friend, as it stands, are just scooting around 300,000k, and I know that's not a great one, but you've come back from 3 million. Yeah, mate, that's such a bad. I recently logged on to Fantasy Football Hub this evening, leading up to the show,
and when you go in, it gives you the graph of how you've been doing over the season.
Well, it's just a big U.
God. Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at it now, actually, just to remind me. But I went so low, it makes for a good-looking graph. Do you know what I mean?
It does. Yeah,
Like,
mine too. Mine too.
it just goes like start. Went down to like 3 million.
Yeah.
And then it's just been like a nice little incline since.
Yeah.
And it's good. So yeah, I'm pushing. But to be honest, like, because it's still not a great rank. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've had good ranks in the past. It's, you know, if I get under a quarter of a mil after the season I've had, then great. But my priorities are with the mini leagues because there is some cash up for grabs. Got my boys at home. I've just gone top in. I'm like 5 points clear. Got some other ones.
Nice.
And it's like, if you are going to do that, it's like, how do you play tactically? Is it about just cancelling out number 2? I think it depends. You need I think you need a little bit of a buffer. You can't just be like I'm going to do what he does and he's going to be looking for differentials to overtake and then it's down to luck. Nailing captaincy is good, but it's, you know, captaincy is everything now.
Well, yeah, for sure, because that's the only way, that's the big way of making, obviously, the dramatic changes. If you don't captain right, you could potentially lose on like 20, 30 points. Like this week, for me, I again, well, we'll come to it, but I made the wrong choice, even though we discussed the right choice, which Tom did.
We did discuss it, and you bottled it.
And I would have been up there in the century mark with TK. I might still be, still got 3 players. But yeah, it's an interesting one. I think that it's all about I'm just going to play the way I've been playing. Like all I know is how I was playing at the beginning of the season wasn't going very well. Whatever I'm doing now is right. I'm taking a few hits. The last week I did take a -8. I'm probably not going to do that again. So, which is the first -8 I've taken. I've only ever taken -4s this year, and I think I wanted to have some fun, and it kind of paid off. I did make the right decisions. Luckily, if I hadn't, then geez. But I think I just play the same way I've been playing. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like I'm on the right track. I'm keeping it all together, and
yeah.
That's it. I think you should do the same, mate.
I think that's important. Don't put yourself under too much pressure. Don't do anything you wouldn't usually. Don't be crazy.
Yeah,
I think you can be a little bit blocky. If you've got like a 20-point lead, like not enough, but just enough to be like, look, I'm just going to shut you out. You could just try and get the players that they're going to be getting. Captain the players they're going to be captaining. Don't do any. I think play it safe. Don't go any crazy captaincy choices. Keep it to Mo or the obvious fixtures, and just play safe.
True. I'll tell you one thing we do need to discuss is the kind of pretty hectic double game week 36, 36 blank 37. Should we go into that? I've done a little graphic.
Let's.
Should I try?
Yes.
Here's one of the first transitions of many that's coming up for the people on YouTube. Come on. Right.
Hello.
Good luck, Tom. Over to you.
Over to you.
So for the people that are listening on the pod, there was a lot of detail on the graphic here. But yeah.
Just going to work my way through it for you guys. Stand by. Here we go.
Right, over to you, Michael.
So what we've got here is a possible 6 teams who could be blanking/doubling in game week 37. So the game week 37 is when we think the FA Cup, well, we know the FA Cup final is going to be, which we now know is going to be Crystal Palace versus Manchester City. So their fixtures are going to have to be rearranged. The question is when. There is a chance that those fixtures get moved to game week 36. There is also a chance they remain in game week 37 and just get moved to midweek rather than at the weekend. Now, the fixture gurus in Ben Crellin and James at Planet FPL, they're leaning towards there won't be any doubles. For these games will stay in game week 37. They think that makes the most sense. But there's another little backstory going on here in that Tottenham Hotspur have requested to bring their game week 37 fixture forward to allow rest before the Europa League final, which they are not in yet.
Yeah, they're not. They could lose.
Wouldn't it be classic Spurs that obviously they make a big song and dance about it, and they ain't even gonna get there, mate. They ain't even gonna get there.
It's
They're
so
gonna
true.
lose this game. Ange is gonna get sacked. They'll be on the beach, and Aston Villa will be laughing very hard. So Spurs have requested that the game's gets moved to game week 36. Villa have written to the Premier League to, and I quote, to emphatically reject Tottenham's request. I like the way it says Tottenham's because they don't like being called Tottenham. I think that's Ben Crellin's wording, to be fair.
Yeah, maybe.
They like to be called Spurs or Tottenham Hotspur, not Tottenham. That's a fact. Villa have written to reject Tottenham's request to bring forward their fixture. They understand. Yeah, no, that's it. That's all I've got to say. So there is a chance that Villa and Tottenham could double in game week 36 also. So the possible teams to double would be Palace would have Spurs, potentially Wolves. Wolves would have Brighton and Palace, which would be a tasty little double for Wolves for the Cunha owners. City would have Southampton and Bournemouth, which could be quite nice. Bournemouth would have Villa and City. Villa would have Bournemouth and Spurs, and then Spurs would have Palace and
Villa.
So there's a couple of nice, tasty doubles in there, particularly for like Palace against like Spurs and Wolves, Brighton and Palace, not so bad, and the City double against Southampton and Bournemouth. So whether or not that happens, we'll see. Like I say, chances are looking like at the moment they're not. Let's see how this information affects our teams going forward. But first, let's touch on how we're looking for game week 34. As Will says, with a game to play. Will, how's it looking?
Right, okay. Right, so game week 34 for me was all right. So I've still got 3 players to play. I've done 77 points. I've done it's a little bit of a green arrow. I'm hoping for a little bit more, obviously, but they kind of cancel each other out because I'll go through my full team. I had Pope in goal for 6. Brilliant move by us to get Sessegnon for 11 points. Big Dan Burn, 13 points, got a cheeky little goal and a clean sheet, I believe. Milenkovic is still to play against Brentford. I've got Mbuamo to play against Nottingham Forest. So those two kind of cancel each other out. Salah, 10. Semenyo with his beautiful strike against Manchester United. Caught wind of someone saying apparently Onana does not like any shots on target. Cole Palmer, I've got Alanga to play against Brentford. I got Cole Palmer. I don't know why I brought Cole Palmer in. I got caught up in stupid other people's interests, and I should have just trusted my gut and gone for Luis Diaz or anyone else. And now I'm spoiler alert, but pretty sure I'm going to take him straight out again. But I did go with Cunha for 15. He got 15, but I didn't captain him. I went with Isak, who got me 12 points, and the bench was the bench. So yeah, little green arrow, not too bad, and hoping that I might be able to squeeze out maybe another 10 points if Mbuamo and Alanga do some stuff. What do you reckon?
Yeah, possible. Yeah. Mate, good. You had some good haul. Considering you didn't do a free hit, how many transfers did you make? Sorry.
So I had 3 transfers in the bank, and then I made another one. So I got rid of everyone. I got rid of all of my. I had Semenyo, didn't I? I had Mamouche up front. There was loads of transfers I made, and it was annoying that I brought in Palmer. That was my big. I got rid of Saka, brought in Palmer, and I wish I'd gone with anyone else, like any of the other people we discussed, and it would have worked out better for me. But that's FPL at the end of the day. Palmer looked terrible.
I thought we talked about this, Will.
I know, but then I got
last week, and we were like,
I got stupidly swayed. Oh, look, I know why I'm looking like I'm in the dark. There you go, it's better.
Oh, there you are. What did this guy was? The guy I spoke to said he wasn't going to play Palmer. He said he was going to captain Cunha. I thought this was a different guy. I couldn't see in there.
All right, can I tell you exactly what happened? I'll be truthful.
Go on.
So Friday, as we discussed, it was a bit of a tricky day with the re-edit of the show. I didn't finish till quite late at night.
Did you
I
just
got takeaway.
redub your lines? Actually, I really like Palmer, and I'm not so sure about Cunha.
No, I don't know what happened. I was just so tired by the end of the day. I got a takeaway. I went to the shop and bought a couple of bottles of wine. I got a little bit messy. In the morning, I was pretty hungover, and I was like, set my alarm. I was like, woke up silly early, so dry mouth, and I was like, I've got set an alarm for 10 o'clock to change my team, and I was just panic mode. And do you know what? I just screwed up, and I stupidly listened to other content creators, which I never have been doing. I haven't been doing that.
Don't do that
at all.
They know nothing. They know nothing.
Should have listened to us because you made the right decisions, which is a perfect segue into Thomas's team. And here it is.
Come on
How smooth
down,
was that?
guys.
How smooth was that? Go on then, Thomas. Run us through your free hit,
down.
your mega hit.
Mate, what a hit. Mate, I want you to stick in Andy Gray right now. What a hit, son. We need to get that in, right? Because I don't think I've ever played a hit this good, right? So, I'm currently sitting on 102 points with Brian and Boomo to play.
Average, but average.
I've only had, out of all the players that are playing, 2 players that haven't given me a performance. And they are Bernd Leno with 2, Harvey Barnes with 3. I've got the trifecta at the back of Kieran Trippier with a 15-pointer, Ryan Aitnori with 11 points, Ryan Sessegnon, God bless him, with the 11-pointer, even though Fulham didn't keep a clean sheet. I was a bit gutted about that. Southampton scored. Obviously, it wiped out Leno's clean sheet, but
quite early as well.
Got a cheeky goal. Yeah, it was early. It was like, that's annoying. I thought I was off to a bad start, but then it swiftly turned around. Harvey Barnes 3 points, as I said. Bowen 9 points. Salah 8 points. Luis Diaz chipped in one of the 5 goals when Liverpool won the league. Isak scored 6 points for me, and then it was the name of the show last week, guys. Captain Cunha. It was written on the tin wheel. We talked about it. Said it was a good idea. Against Leicester, the worst team in the world. And he scored a goal, 2 assists. Lovely job. Thank you very much, you beautiful Brazilian boy.
Soon to be a Red Devil. Cannot wait. Can I just say, I'll tell you my thought process, just so you know. I know this show, we said Cunha, and I was saying Cunha. But I honestly, there was something, and I'm going to be brutally honest here. There was something, even though I was hungover in the morning, there was something inside of me that said, this could be one of the ways that you claw back some points against Tom. It's the only thing. And I'm not competitive. I'm not like, this show is this show, and Tom's a better manager than me. But I was like, if it happens, if Cunha blanks and Isak scores, you may still be in something. It wasn't to be. Yeah. It's done now. But that was about having fun. That's the FPL that we live in. One of my favourite transfers from you, though.
That's the tactical mini leagues right there, guys. Just saying.
Yeah, true. One of my favourite things, though, is your bench fodder. Number third bench. Yes, Johnson from Ipswich. -3, sending off. Lovely, very well played, Thomas, for that 3.8 million third place bench. Couldn't have picked better. I questioned you about Trippier. I put my hands up, and I was like, mate, why not go for Livramento? Didn't do well. Trippier was sensational that game, albeit against.
He's just been heavily involved recently, isn't he, man? He's been. Oh, sorry, just threw my mic on the floor.
Sorry.
He's been heavily involved. He's been looking like the old Trips.
Yeah,
obviously.
True.
He's always on set pieces, but he's been upping his crosses. As well, and it was good to see.
And he was perfect.
Yeah, it's good to have him back.
He was perfect. I was like, oh, Tom's done so well. But then, so happy that Dan Burn came in with a goal. I was like, because I thought when I first saw it on live score, save score, whatever, I was like, oh, Harvey Barnes, great. I literally was like, I'm not playing this game anymore. And then I looked closer, and I was like, oh, Dan Burn, great. So, yeah, well played. What a week, mate. And it's going to get better. It's gonna get better.
Oh yeah. So this week, game week 35. What are you thinking, transfers wise? How are you looking?
I'm gonna do another transition to go into the transfers.
Hit me,
I've done this too
because I want to see your team.
So I have gone it pretty much the same, and I've not pressed any buttons yet because there's some games to be played this week. There's some Europe games to be played this week. I've only got one transfer. As I said, I burned all of mine last week and some. So the only person I've changed to is Cole Palmer. I've got to get rid of him. I don't know. Honestly, don't know why I listen to anyone because his fixtures coming up stink as well. Like stupid. Anyway,
such a bad decision,
especially for a -8. I should have just left it as Saka because anyway. Excuse me.
Like, if you're on a free hit, fine. It's worth a punt against Everton, but to bring him in on a permanent deal,
it was stupid.
I need to get rid of him. Have you pulled the trigger on him yet, or have you still got him?
I've still got him. So far, for the people on YouTube can see, I've changed him for Bowen at the moment because multiple reasons. Tottenham have got some games to play in Europe and potentially could be resting people. Bowen scored very well last week and looked fantastic. It's at home for West Ham. Bowen is just Bowen. I don't know why he's still playing for it. He's on form. And I'm thinking and they've got pretty decent fixtures coming up. The rest is the same. I'm okay. I'm actually okay with everyone in the team. This might not be my starting 11 at the moment. I've got Gvardiol, Mateta, Wan-Bissaka on the bench. And Areola, I might add. So I may switch most of those players. But at the moment, I'm just going to wait until Europe games have been played, any injuries, any team leaks, that kind of thing. So just the one transfer, but I'm definitely going to get rid of Palmer. I just don't want to see his face anymore. And he just looks so out of sorts.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, isn't it? I'm sure he'll be back, but yeah, he just looks a bit maybe burnt out. He's just lacking that spark at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mate, you're definitely going to be... you're getting Gvardiol in at home to Wolves, surely. Maybe,
of course.
Maybe not. I mean, Wolves are playing. They're in really good form at the moment. City, I think, they look like they've turned a corner a little bit.
I think that because Sessegnon actually, even though we discussed last week that he was playing out of position, he actually wasn't in the last game.
No,
because,
he wasn't.
But he's
Anthony Robinson. I still don't know where he was, Anthony Robinson. It was a bit of a mystery.
It was a bit strange. I think it was... They all shifted about in the back line. But anyway, he ended up playing in defence and not out of position, but still scored a goal. So, FPL. But Gvardiol's going to come in for Sessegnon, I think. Potentially. I think that's very likely. And then I'll also maybe want to try and even squeeze in Mateta against Nottingham Forest. I've got a feeling like... Although Nottingham Forest... are playing for Champions League, I feel like Mateta is just cruising. He did this at the end of last season. He scored every game, the last 4 or 5 games last season. And I just like that celebration. We discussed it. I quite like it. So I've got a bit of work to do. But yeah, it's Tuesday today, so I'm like, I'm in a bit of I'm still umming and ahhing. But one thing I do know, Palmer's gone. On over to you, Thomas. I'm gonna go on.
Wait for it. Just my 10 pence on your team. Obviously, with Mateta, something to bear in mind. I think you probably will play him, but just if there is any ums and ahs, obviously you've got to think about your mini leagues again. Is that he's very highly owned, and if he does go off at home to Forest, obviously Forest we know are playing on Thursday. When is their fixture against Palace? It's the Monday. It's a bit of a tighter turnaround for Forest. And then you've got like the likes of Alanga, Semenyo could be swapped out, potentially Semenyo away to Arsenal. Obviously Arsenal probably will rest players, so it's
we just
again take out.
Yeah, we don't. This is the thing this week, and it's so interesting, especially with the blanks coming or the potential blank or doubles coming up. But there's so many things that teams are playing for. Like you've got the likes of Newcastle, Arsenal, Forest. They're all playing for something. Like either Champions League football is the most exciting. Obviously, the Premier League has apparently been won by a crap team called Liverpool. But the not crap team, really good team. Sorry, that was unnecessary. Something came out of me there. But then. Yeah, no, and then again, with Salah, as we said earlier, Salah's playing for records. Oh, I wanted to add something to that earlier, by the way. Salah is not just playing for his personal little records. He also plays FPL and captains himself all the time, and he knows that he's on top of the stack for the most points of all time, and he just wants to stretch that to the sky. So.
It was hard. It was almost hard to watch. Actually, I was watching that. It was a weird one because I was watching the game, obviously wanting us to win the league, which we did.
Yeah.
But I was also like hoping that Mo wouldn't go off because I know he was so highly captained, and a Mo goal would only hurt my rank. But he looked good again at the weekend. He took his goal really well, and it would just look like a matter of time until he was going to score.
Oh, absolutely against Tottenham.
So yeah, he is back on form
For sure.
So yeah, go on. Let's go on to my team then. What I'm doing this week.
Interesting.
So, I think unlike Will, I think this is going to be my team. What you're looking at here.
Yeah.
So I've gone Raya in goal to Bournemouth. I've got double City defence at the moment at home to Wolves, which could be a wipeout straight off the bat because Wolves, as I said, are in good form. I'm going to come back to my transfers. Also in midfield, Saka, Eza, Salah. Again, I'm going to come back to my fielders. My transfers. I've made 2 transfers this week. One in defence, one in midfield. And then my front line is the same front line as everybody else. Mateta, Isak and Marmoush. I want Brian Mbeumo this week. I had Marcus Rashford, who we believe now is going to be out for the rest of the season.
He is out, 100% out. It's very unfortunate for him. I'm actually really upset by that. So
it's a shame. It's a shame because he was in a good vein of form, and it would have been nice for him to finish the season on a high at Villa.
Yeah, for sure.
But he can take something away from this. But yeah, they're saying he's going to be out for 3 games, and then the 4th game is against United, where he's ineligible to play.
Exactly.
So I wanted to bring Mbeumo in, and I needed to free up some cash. So I've taken out Timber of Arsenal, and I've downgraded him to Mykolenko. Because Arsenal's next fixtures, they've got Bournemouth, Liverpool, Newcastle in the next 3. And obviously they're obviously looking into Champions League quite heavily. The league is done because Liverpool have won the league. So all their eggs are in one basket now. And so I think I'm going Timber out, Mykolenko in, frees up the cash, Rashford to Mbeumo. I know Mbeumo's playing on Thursday and there's a chance that he could get injured, but I had tight funds. He's already gone up in price, so I did it at the right time. If he's injured, so be it. I've got Ismail Assar on the bench who's ready to come in. They're at home to Forest, and then Konsa and Wan-Bissaka on the bench. I'm feeling good about this team. The big decision, which we're going to come to, is captaincy. Before we go into that, Will, thoughts on this team, mate, other than it's fantastic, hasn't got enough Liverpool players in it?
I like it. My only thing, I do like it. But yeah, obviously, as you mentioned, I'm a little bit nervous about the double City defence because Matheus Cunha is, as you saw last week, basically unplayable at the moment. He's got the bit between his teeth and he's showing off. And even though I kind of did mention this to you on Blue Sky before, there was rumours in the dressing room that it was a bit toxic because of the fact he's quite obviously leaving in the summer. Hopefully to Manchester United, but it didn't seem that way. But there was a couple of moments, if you watched that game, which I did, I was like, there was a couple of moments where it looked like he was like, nah, I'm doing this myself. And I kind of rated it because he actually did it and proved it and scored 1 billion points and looked sensational. So it wouldn't surprise me if he did exactly the same against City this weekend. The only other thing is minutes.
What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Drop the best player against Man
no
City?
Chance.
I know they're nothing to play for. But
No
mate,
chance.
on that, what you were saying is the comments I was listening to on the radio and the commentary team were saying the same thing, that the Wolves fans, the fans even, were hoping that he actually gets phased out towards the end of the season because they obviously need to look forward to the future. Whether or not the manager sees it that way, who's on a great run, does he want to drop his best player? I don't think he does. You're a manager. All you care about is winning. I don't think so.
The thing to add in there is obviously for every place that you place you hire in the league, you get more money. Like the club is obviously they're going to be going. Look, man, I know it's not a lot, but we need that money. It is what it is. So the only other thing that I would be questionable of, obviously we've discussed Salah. He's going to be playing for sure and playing for all of those records. But Saka in his minutes. I think Saka in his minutes, given that they are obviously still in the Champions League and looking at that a lot, coming back from injury, he looks fine in that respect. But it's the only person I'd be worried about. But then you've got Ismail Assar, who looked fantastic, but he came on, but he made a difference for Crystal Palace. That'd be my only issue. Everything else, Marmoush, come on. Like Isak, you're not going to drop him. Mateta, everyone's got rear and goal. Come on, you're looking good. Oh, I made a mistake.
No, it's a good shout about.
How have I made another mistake on this bloody thing with Areola? Ugh.
I did want to mention it, mate, but you actually made a mistake with Isak on the previous page.
You're kidding.
As well. You can cut it out, it's fine, mate. I'm sure you can figure it out. You didn't give him a name, it was just Brighton versus Brighton. Brighton is playing against Brighton this week. But anyway, I'm just going to quickly look at the current score because Arsenal are playing.
Oh, they're playing now, aren't they?
Oh, mate, Arsenal are 1 down already.
Really?
Sorry, Arsenal fans. 12 minutes in.
12 minutes
PSG are an outfit, mate. They are an outfit. They've impressed me so much this season.
Best team in the world at the moment, in my opinion.
Cool. Right. Do we need to talk about anything else?
I think so. I don't think
captaincy.
so. Captaincy. I am going to go with... I think the likelihood is... Do you know what I might do? I might go with Mbuamo against United. Because, yes, we have been poor.
Are you saying that because you're just looking at my team? He's got a big fat C on his face.
No, I can't. I'm just gonna quickly flick back to... I'll flick back to my team.
You had it on Isak. You had it on Isak.
Oh, that's just because I didn't update it.
I paid attention.
That's because I just didn't update it.
And I've changed my mind. And I'll change my mind after the pod again, if you don't mind.
Hang on.
Oh, you didn't have it on Isak. You had it on Brighton. Sorry, you had it on Brighton.
Damn it!
Can I give you the shortlist?
Yeah, go on.
These are who I think your options are this week. Marmoush, home to Wolves.
Don't have him.
Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins. This is for anyone. There's other people playing the game, I've heard. Right, Watkins at home to Fulham. Rashford's injured. Watkins is in.
Don't have him.
Right. Brian and Bumo, which Tom has got captain. At home to Man United, who are terrible and would have got an absolute pasting in midweek and will be down in the dumps come the weekend. We got Isak away to Brighton, or you've got Mo Mummy. No, Mo Mummy? Mo Salah.
My mummy, Mo Salah.
No problem. Yeah. I was going to say my money, Mo problem. Yeah, he's got Chelsea away. And,
tasty.
As it happens, Chelsea are also terrible. So whether or not Liverpool needs to be at their best, whether they're hungover or not, I personally think we aren't going to be at our best against Chelsea, and it's going to be a tricky game. And I think we'll be wanting to be bouncing back the following week against Arsenal. So I think they can happily nurse the hangover against Chelsea, just get through the game. Salah will be on pens and diving all over the show, and then we'll try and come back for Arsenal.
Also, there is the rule though that Salah's old club, and he won it for their old club, and he always plays well against Chelsea. Yeah. So
I wouldn't rule him out. He looks
don't
good.
hate it. Yeah, I like Salah. I like him more. I like Mbuemo. Might go Cunha.
I'm gonna go for Bumo just because there's not the Liverpool risk of being too drunk. He's on pens. He'll play 90 mins. And yeah, he's on form. He looks good. Hopefully he comes through unscathed Thursday evening. All right, so I'm gonna go on Mbumo. We'll do whatever I do, and we'll catch up at the weekend, and then we'll see where we land. Good luck. Okay.
Love it.
Shall we do it, Will?
It's time.
Because it is time for Footballer 20 questions.
Here, look, I'm gonna do the new transition. Check this one out. Boom, and confetti.
Oh, lovely. Lovely. Okay. So, what happened last week? Oh, that's beautiful as well. The fireworks. Guys, if you're watching YouTube, you're in for a real treat this evening.
Wait, I can show you more. Do you know about this
Just
one?
a reminder, guys, we are recording this. Hey, what's that one? That's cool. Laser show. Nice.
Sorry, everyone.
Guys, if you are listening and watching, we are recording this Tuesday evening. Just a timestamp. Hopefully, this pod comes through unscathed, and we might even get it out Tuesday evening. Who knows? I don't even know how long it's going to take.
We'll work really hard tonight.
Probably not. Probably be Wednesday morning.
Very unlikely. Right, let's go.
Very unlikely. Okay, right. Are you ready? Let's do this. Oh yeah. Before we do this, sorry, I should mention this submission has come from a new person, and his name is Josh, and he sent
Josh.
in a new footballer for you to guess. Good luck, Will.
Hi, Josh. How are you, my friend? Good to hear from you. Right.
But not particularly easy one. Just saying.
Oh God, Josh. Absolute.
Get a ball line.
Okay. Right, so I'm just going to go with the standard question first because it is so important to me to make sure that I clarify that is this player an absolute legend?
You challenged me on this in the past with Mark Viduka, and I said he was a legend. And I mean, he certainly would be a legend in many people's eyes, particularly if you're Australian. Is this person a legend? No.
Oh no, Josh, you've made it really hard. Okay, is this player?
I'm only counting your questions. I'm not writing your questions. I'm just counting how many, just so you know, mate. Don't go to me and be like, "Have I said that?" Just do a little tally chart, all right?
Oh, I've got the iPad here with my questions.
Good.
It just says legend. No. Okay. Is this player retired?
Do you know what? I'm sorry. Well, I'm
not
really
ready.
sorry,
guys.
mate.
He's not
even
ready.
got his Wikipedia page up.
Can I just explain to you guys, the people listening, viewing around the world, this is what I have to deal with. This is just like the amateur levels of, last week I had to put in a shift because of me. Go on, Tom. Retired, yes or no?
Just stand by. Stand by.
This is the guy.
This is interesting.
This is the
this
guy.
Is interesting.
This is the guy that's going to win it for us at the weekend. At the weekend, Thursday night.
Wow. It's just interesting stuff. I'm going to have to look on a different web page. This is the first.
Oh, God. Okay, do you want me to ask a different question in the meantime?
No.
Okay.
No, all good. Okay. I believe him to be retired.
Yes. Okay. Did this player play or current or still no? Did this player?
Yes, he's retired.
Did this player play for one of the top 6 in the English Premier League?
No.
No 6. Josh, I'm not very good at this. Okay, you can't. Okay, this sounds like this is a question. This is a guess for Tom, not for me. This is okay, right?
He did add when he made his submission. He did say, "This is my pick." Though I do worry because he didn't get Mark Viduka.
Mark Viduka was hard, to be fair. Okay, so is this player? Is this player? Do you know? I'm gonna change the order a little bit. Is this player South American?
No.
Damn it. Is this player European?
Yes. That is 5 questions.
Euro, yes. Okay, so is this player from the British Isles?
No.
Oh, Josh. No GB. I wrote something else there. GB.
I know what you wrote.
Okay, is this player... Okay, so Europe. Okay, what countries are in Europe? Let's try and tick off a handful of them. Let's go. France, Italy, Germany, Spain.
He is in one of those, yes.
Yes! Yes! Okay. What were they?
Good.
France, Italy, Germany, Spain. Right, France, Italy, Germany, Spain. Yes. Okay. It's got to be Spanish. I've got a feeling. Is this player Spanish?
No.
Oh, piss. No, Spain. That was stupid. That was so stupid of me. Is this player from France or Italy?
Yes.
Oh, that was stupid as well. Okay, so is this player from France?
Yes, he is. That's
Okay.
10.
That's fine. That's exactly what I wear. It's exactly where I wanted to be at exactly the right time.
Maybe a little bit earlier?
Maybe a little bit earlier.
A little bit later.
Okay, so he's a French player. He's not a legend. He's retired potentially. He's not played in the top 6. He's from France, and he is a striker, right?
I might just add to this. If he's not retired, he should really look for another club. He is. It's just weird that he doesn't have anything about his retirement.
It's just holding on. He's like, I'm not officially retired.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Who's asking?
So you said he was a striker, right?
You didn't ask that question.
Oh right, sorry. Is he a midfielder or a striker?
Don't play those games, Will. I know you're a game. Is he a midfielder or a striker?
Yeah.
Is that the question?
Yep.
Yes, he is a midfielder or a striker, Will.
Okay, is he a midfielder?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, I thought so. I heard it in your voice. Midfielder. Okay, so a French midfield player who's not retired, might be retired. Can I safely assume that this player did play in the Premier League, though? Have we discussed the fact that because this is an outside source, and last week we did say give us some hard ones that potentially aren't Premier League players. Would it be okay if I asked a side question to say, did he play in the Premier League?
Is it okay to ask a side question? No, it's not. That's 13.
No,
You can, no, I
Oh, damn it. That was
no
clever.
side questions.
Okay, fine.
You can ask the question.
Okay, did he play for Newcastle?
Yes, he did.
I've got a feeling.
How the hell have you done that in 3 questions? Damn it, Josh.
Newcastle.
No, he always goes to Newcastle. That's the only team he thinks of after the top 6. He just goes one down, 7.
It's one of them. Did this player out once? Hang on. Let's not be hasty.
This is bollocks. 3 questions ago, you had nothing. You knew he was French. In 3 questions, you've got his position pretty much and his team. In 3 questions.
I'm just good at this, mate. French players that played for Newcastle. Ooh, that potentially are retired, but maybe not. I'm trying to think of the right question to ask here. But the thing is, you said he wasn't a legend, which is throwing me massively because this player is a legend that I've got in my mind. Is his first name David?
I knew you were going to say that.
It's not, is it?
No, it's not, mate.
Not David Ginola. Ginola.
I think we've had. I'm pretty sure we've had David before.
I think we have actually, yeah, a while back. I don't mind Newcastle. I've always been I've had a bit of a soft spot for Newcastle after Kevin Keegan.
I actually think, unfortunately for you, Will, Newcastle have had quite a lot of French midfielders.
Yeah, no, I'm screwed. I can't think of any.
Quite a lot.
Did this player play for any other Premier League clubs?
Very good question.
I know you're going to say no, you bastards.
Okay, yes, he did. He represented another Premier League club.
How many questions am I on? How many questions am I on, actually?
Oh, sorry, Will, I can tell you that. That's 15. 5 questions remaining, and I guess suddenly the tables turn, and he starts to sweat.
I've been sweating since as soon as we start doing the little jingle music. I'm like, my armpits just go. Is he more of a defensive midfielder, or is he more of an attacking midfielder?
Yes.
Okay, that helps. Okay,
Feels a good question.
Attack. Did he win? Has he won a Euro or World Cup?
No.
Okay, that does.
He has not. Okay. Well, I'm going to give you a clue.
Go on.
Because you're drowning, you're flapping, you're sucking in a lot of water, mate, and you're going to sink. He is 38 currently.
He's 38.
It's a big clue.
Why is he even retired?
I did that for the guys who are listening, because they're all like, well, can you just ask some more questions so we can narrow this down?
I have got no one, honestly. Oh my goodness! Is this player Caucasian?
Yes.
Oh bollocks! Then I'm out. No, I'm done. I was thinking of.
It's not Alan San Maximan.
I don't know, mate. I'm struggling here. Did he play for? God, no. I'm trying to test my knowledge of Paris Saint-Germain. Did he play for PSG?
He did.
I think I do know who it is, but I definitely won't get it. Like, he could play for I can see him playing for West Ham or someone like that, or I think I've got it. I don't know. I can't. I haven't got his name. I'm out. I have no idea. I waved my flag. Waved my white flag. I can't get it. It's too hard.
Right. He started his career for Lyon 2004, appearing 64 times, scoring 7 goals. Then he moved to Marseille 2008, very similar record, 63 games, 9 goals. Then he went to Newcastle United on loan in 2010 for a season, playing 4 times, scoring 1 goal. Then Newcastle signed him permanently on the back of that, and he played 72 times, scoring 12 goals. Then he went to Hull City, their second season in the Premier League. He played 8 times, scoring 0 goals. Then he went back to France, Nice, 34 appearances, 17 goals. Then he went to PSG, no goals, 23 games. He went to Rennes, Valladolid, Bordeaux, Lille. He was moving around pretty much every season. He is your friend of mine, Mr. Hatem Ben Arfa.
Yeah, I wouldn't have got that. That's not who I was thinking of either. Who was I thinking of?
I thought you might have thought. I thought you'd go Alan San Maximan, or I thought you might even go when we said he was Caucasian. Bit of wasn't Gabriel Obertan? He was French as well, wasn't he? He played for United. There's a few Frenchies. So yeah, unlucky. Well done.
Hang on, I've got
submission.
I've got to find out who it was. Oh, first one that's come up, Johan Cabaye, whatever his name is.
Oh,
Stupid.
Yeah,
Cabaye, yeah.
Is that who you're thinking of?
Yeah, that's who I was thinking. I was thinking of. He
Oh,
played
and
for Paris
he played for
Saint-Germain.
Palace.
And he played for
Oh,
Palace.
he did. Yeah, he played for Palace.
Shit game. Shit game, mate.
But he was more like a DM. He wasn't like attacking.
True, very true. Did score some
He
goals.
was a great player.
Okay,
I
Josh.
forgot about
Josh, well done, mate. That was actually a good one. That was out of my comfort zone. I don't think I was ever going to get that one. Not even a chance. So congratulations, Josh. 1-0, you, mate.
All right, guys. Enjoy the show. We'll speak to you at the weekend. Good luck, and yeah, don't forget to rate the show, guys. Like and subscribe.
Yes, sir.
All that good stuff. And yeah, looking forward to seeing Will's captain choice. Right, peace out, Girl Scout. Nice one, Will. Love you, mate. Love you guys. See you later. Peace out. That's a wrap. Hit the music.